eternity if he's hired.
Well,
And he's gonna have his contract, so you don't have none of this down on paper, what that's going to conclude to the taxpayers.
That's what the fiscal analysis is going to cover, is what the cost is going to be of the administrator and the improvements and any ancillary staff that he's going to need.
You know, people ought to know what, if it's going to be a term, if he's going to be on a term limit, or if he's going to be a...
I think serve at the pleasure of the board. You know, and I've been thinking too about the fiscal analysis. You know, the best we can do and be truly accurate and straight up is our fixed cost, what our actual costs are going to be to bring an administrator on, what the remodel costs are going to be, what, you know, the ancillary costs are going to be. We can pretty much identify those pretty cleanly, at least as they stand now, you know, when we go to election. But it'd be hard to go beyond that other than a philosophical discussion of what the administrator is going to create, you know, financial efficiencies, a better form of government management. You're really getting into philosophical when you discuss, we think he'll save $5 million or whatever. It'd be really hard to quantify beyond, you know, what your fixed costs are.
And I got no. And that's all they were concerned about, was getting somebody in as administrator for the county. And it's hard to accept.
I don't think the governance committee was. I think they were real clear that they really took a long time to walk through this and bring in people from all counties and, you know, legal folks. They really provided a thorough vetting of, you know, a number of different ways to go before they reached their decision.
Well, I understand that. They made a decision all right.
The difference between probably the structure committee and the governance committee is the governance committee was real clear that they didn't feel Coos County was broken in any way. They just felt that this was a much better model to be able to adapt to rapid changes, the loss of funding, the pressures that are on the county, the duties of the commissioners. They just really felt this was a better model for the future. But the governance committee didn't say, you know, Coos County's broken, it can't continue to function the way it is now. But they really felt that to be able to meet the challenges of the future and what we're dealing with, and, you know, funds just going away, federal support disappearing. Now we're having to react on a daily basis as we adapt to those. So what the governance committee's focus was is what is the best way to adapt and react and to move forward and keep the county intact. So that's kind of where they were coming from, that it's a better model. And that's why I say when you get into your discussion of fiscal analysis, you'd have to really get philosophical and get out there on, you know, the dollars that you believe it would save. Because the thing that you're really feeling that it's going to help the county is, yes, certainly it will save dollars, but by benefit of being able to create a better and more efficient management model. That's what we're going for.
Isn't that also philosophical?
Well, to a great extent, it certainly is. That's what you're buying. When you look at the charter, when you look at a proposed administrator, you're deciding is what is the best.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.